Hi friends, it's Danielle with Take Care Mama. It's craziness in my house. Hopefully that doesn't distract you, but I'm going to talk about my March TBR to be read pile. I have 7 books. This is an interesting TBR for me. The last 2 months, I've read everything I planned. I think I added 1 book each month too. So like I did it. This month, I will totally not be surprised if it completely changes. I'll explain more in a little bit. I love hardcover books. Let me know below what you prefer. I have 2 really nice hardcover books for my library this month. The first is Bunny. I don't know much about this per usual. I don't like knowing a lot about it, but I hear it's super weird, like totally bizarre, a little dark. I think it's considered horror, and I'm really excited. This is about a girl who goes to college. I'm pretty sure it's college and not like a prep high school. She goes to college, and from what I gather, she kind of gets sucked into almost a cult. I love a book about a cult, and so I hope I'm right about that. People who have read this seem to really, really like it, and they're like, that was so bizarre, I love it. So I'm excited. The next one, also a nice hardcover from my library, is Middle Game by Mcguire. I've heard a lot of hype about the Wayward Children series, and I just found out that it's by the same author. So this one, again, is called Middle Game. I have heard it touted by a ton of people. From what I know, it's fantasy, maybe more like urban fantasy. There's time travel elements, maybe dimensions. I'm a sucker for a time travel book. And very bizarre, kind of like Bunny. I think it's about twins. And I'm not even sure if they're quite human. And one of them is really good with words and one of them is good with math, I think. I don't know. Let me know if you've read this. It's kind of a thick one. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's about 500 pages. So I'm really excited. The next book is the reason I am not so confident in this list. I'm super intimidated by this, but I am reading House of Leaves for Kayla's book club, the Literally Dead book club, in March. What I know about this, it is about a family who moves into a house and they soon realize that the inside of the house is larger than the outside of the house. I don't understand that. And furthermore, I'm going to show you a couple pages and why this intimidates me. I think I know the main hype about this book is the experience reading it. It's very weird. So I'm going to give you examples of pages. Even the font is a little bizarre. So here we have 2 pages. Pretty normal. And then the font gets smaller. The font changes. Then we have a page like this. There are footnotes on top of footnotes. I guess we're supposed to read it sideways. There are passages that you read in a mirror. There are pages with like 1 word on them, and then there are pages that are completely full. I've heard people feel very claustrophobic while reading this book. There are exhibits. There are footnotes on top of footnotes. And so it's just an experience reading this, and I think it's very confusing. I am a little worried it's going to go right over my head. I don't know if I'm smart enough or have the right mind for this book, but I'm going to try it. It's long. It is it's about 660 pages. So these are my 3 like physical books I want to read. I read about 50 pages of physical books a day. And if we add all these up and divide by 31, we're right on track. But this one could take me the whole month. I might only read this month, or I'm going to get into it and hate it and pick others to read, or I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to take. It's hard because some pages are just full and confusing, and then some pages have nothing on them. I just really don't know what to expect. Like, here's a passage and they're all crossed out. What does that mean? So we'll see. Those are the 3 physical books I really hope to finish in March. If I have time to sneak in another one, or maybe, like I said, I will DNF House of Leaves and read a few more. But I'd like to get to Stephen King's The Dark Tower this month if I have time. I had been trying to read one Stephen King a month, and so this is the one that I'm picking for March. Not sure if I'll get to it, but it's nice and short for a Stephen King. This, all I really know is that the genre is fantasy, and it's the first in a series. Let me know if you've read this. The next 3 are audiobooks. My audiobooks don't really compete with my physical books because I do audiobooks when I'm working out or on a walk or doing dishes. And so I have 3 of those. The first one is Quiet. I actually just started this. Mommy? You want to say hi? Hi. The first audiobook is Quiet. I'm putting socks on Norma. This came to me kind of randomly, but I'm enjoying it so far. It's all about introverts. It's all about how our culture really puts importance on being an extrovert and why that's not good, and it's why it's healthy to have both personalities and what superpowers introverts have, because we don't talk about that often. Though I will say, I think this book is a little bit older, and in the last 5 years, I've heard a lot about introvertism. So I think the tides are shifting a bit. The next one is Becoming by Michelle Obama, her memoir, and I'm sure you've heard of it. I'm sure some of you have read it. It's gotten a lot of great press, and it just became available on my Libby app for me, and I'm super excited for that. I'm pretty sure she narrates it, which is great. And then the last one, Badass Habits by Jen Sincero. I'm a big fan of her. I read, You Are a Badass, the yellow original. I've read the money one, which I like even more. I have another one that's kind of an anthology of just little snippets, and I don't know much about this new one, but I'm really excited to check it out while I'm on the treadmill. So that is everything that I hope to read in March. Wish me luck. I think I'm gonna start with this one just so I can kind of see how it goes and see what I'm gonna do. Do you want to show everyone your craziness? So, thank you so much for watching. If you aren't subscribed, I'd love for you to hit that button and come on back. Have a wonderful day and take care. Can you say bye, guys? Bye. Can you wave? Bye.